In this video I will be assembling a Miyota movement 8200 and finally I will finish my citizen with number 7 on its tail, so stay tuned. My name is Sebastian and welcome on Ticking Watch. Always when you are doing assembly of a watch movement, use always some finger cuts or even latex gloves to protect the movement from your skin actually, because in other way you can leave some marks that after some time just stay on the movement and you won't be able to remove them. So enjoy this part. I think everything will be understandable from the video. But anyway, if you have some questions or maybe thoughts or you don't understand something, yeah, feel free and go ahead with a question and use comment section down below. If you are my regular viewer, you probably can recognize that this movement is a little bit different comparing to most traditional movements that I made on my channel, that I made on Ticking Watch, and its construction and technical solution, the gears, a little bit different. Maybe the main idea of measuring the time is the same, and you can find some similar or almost identical things in other watches, like a center wheel, like escape wheel, like pellet fork. But for example, the winding mechanism, the automatic complication is here a little bit different compared, for example, with ETA, compared, for example, with Vostok that I made last time. Comparing, for example, with Seiko, it's totally different. So there are quite many technical solutions that are making this movement a little bit different comparing to others. Okay, the gears are almost on its place. Now only the top plate. We have here only one top plate, one top bridge, yeah. And for example, Vostok was having two. Some older watches are having even more. Okay, let's secure this bridge with screws. And last, check if everything is working like it should. And don't forget about oiling the pivots. Now I will assemble the parts from the tail sides, and I'm beginning with the canyon pinion. Don't forget about oiling from this side, and the next step will be keyless work. But before, I have also a balance jewel to make, and this one is totally different, yeah? ETA have a different one, Seiko has its own solution, Vostok has also its own solution, Chinese movement have solutions like most Swiss watches, and this one has its own solution, Miyota went their own path. And that's the way how I'm installing it. It's not very difficult. I can imagine that in the factory they have probably some special tool to assemble these two jewels. Okay, I think it sits like it should. Now the keyless work and other gears from the date complication and quick date set feature. Here we have two plastic wheels, that's the first one, and you need to be careful because if you will, they are easier to damage, so if you will damage them, then you have to look for a new one. And that's the second plastic wheel. This one is changing the days of the week. Now the date wheel or date tail. checking only if everything works like it should, and I think it is. So we are going back to the balance side, and now the pellet fork, and in a moment balance wheel, and of course also the balance jewel. Jewel. It's quite delicate part, and it's some kind of spring. The jewel is sitting on some spring. I think it brings a very good shock resistance with this. But this solution brings very good shock resistance. At least it looks like that. Okay, the movement works. Always a good idea is to leave the movement to work about 3-4 days to check if everything is working. And here on the day I see that there was already a service about this movement, because there were some scratches. Okay, let's tighten the screws that are holding the dial fits. Okay, that's the second one. And of course, the most important thing are the hands that are showing us the time. And because we have here the date, we have to, before putting the hands on, we need to adjust the date so that it changes. And let's check. Okay, so in my situation it is 12:15. Okay, I'm happy with that. So the second hand, and we can start recasing movement. I'm using here some stand, movement stand. That's the case. Of course, I have to replace the crystal. Also, I was polishing the case, but this case was having so deep scratches that anyway something left, and I didn't want it to interfere the case so drastically. Okay, now the rotor or oscillating weight. Let's check if everything is moving freely. I think it is, so we can screw back the case back. Like always, I don't polishing the case back. Let's check. And yeah, that's the watch that I made myself. So probably my next video will be about building your own watch. So if you would like to see it, subscribe, clicking watch. And if you do that, I will notify you when I upload this video and any other video. Okay, here on this case I'm missing spring bars and is missing some bracelet. I think I will use a bracelet. I have couple of many options, maybe this one, it's from the 90s or 80s. Okay, maybe some mesh bracelet, what do you think? Looks nice, but I don't think if it really fits to this watch. This one is from Miyota, so definitely not, but this one, oh, this one I think should be alright. Let's fit it to this watch. It's easy, I'm always doing this in this way, and I'm really happy that I will be more happy when I will see this watch on my wrist. Let's give me a few seconds. And yeah, that's the final product. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you can see my other videos. Take care, thanks for watching and be alerted for a new upload. Bye bye.